Benji, Benjabara, Benja Kitty, Benja, Bro Benji. Hey, Bro Benji, how are you? Who? Franklin is here. Franklin Storm, the biggest rapper of all the world. Storm, thunder, storm. Hello, Frank. Cool, John is not coming today, so we can start our stand-up. But before we doing our stand-up, I want you to press F and stand. My cat died today.
So nerdy.
You've probably noticed during your career that different managers are interacting with their teams in a different ways. Some managers keep a very distant approach and communicating with their team through Jira and email only. Then there are managers who are oversharing details of their private life and also trying to be very deeply involved in yours as well. My favorite type of managers is the manager who are best friend with everyone. And then there are times when they need to deliver bad news and they start blaming everyone, their manager, top management, company, economy, everything. And they're telling this to everyone because, they're super great friends with their teams, so nobody is obviously bad in this group, so everyone else is bad. So I strongly believe that managers should not see their reports as just rows in Excel or workbook or any other resource management tool your company using. Likewise, I don't think that managers should be so friendly with everyone that they are deeply involved in their private lives. So stick with me, and by the end of this video you'll get an idea how crossing professional boundaries can cause problems on your product and your team. Build a team. What surprises me in the industry is that how often we overuse the word family. Though we all need to agree on next items. Families don't do mass layoffs when things goes wrong or they want to look better to the public. Family members rarely looking for new families. It does happen, but hopefully not every 2 years. Family rarely letting their members go due to the bad performance. It happens. But in families, I tend to believe that this is only an exception. And here I'd like to take a moment and say thank you Netflix to be brave enough to specifically mention in their culture document that they are building not a family, but professional sports team. The reason why I don't like usage of the word family in the professional context because in real life families are motivating you and pushing you to build closer and closer connections between each member. For us as engineering managers, the goal is to build team which can be effective in the work they need to accomplish. Also, you shouldn't be too distant with your team because effective collaborations require trust. And the lack of trust can quickly cause negative outcomes from the team. So, the balance is a key. Why it's important. When I think about the leaders or managers who are either too close or too distant, I have two great examples in my mind. Too close is of course Michael Scott from The Office. He's so involved with their team members, trying so hard to be part of their lives and always seeking for the personal validation. That led to many awkward and unprofessional situations and actually making it super hard for him to be taken seriously as a manager. Speaking about too distant leader is of course Dan Reinholm from IT Crowd. His distance from his employees led to complete not understanding their day-to-day tasks or challenges. This disconnect resulted to a questionable decision. For example, hiring Jen, main character, who was totally unqualified to work in IT department. Now that we have visual representations of the extremes in personal boundaries, let's speak about challenges which can occur in case you cross them. First, maintaining objectivity. Sometimes when you get too close with your report, it becomes hard to maintain your objectivity. You might go easier to kind of your friends, which can lead to a whole set of issues. This can range from making wrong decisions and overpricing some employees to creating sense of favoritism for other team members. Second, building respect and authority. Remember Michael Scott, he was such a huge friend with everyone else that nobody took his word seriously. It's actually hard to imagine Michael who providing actionable feedback or enforcing any rule effectively. While it's nice to have cool conversation with everyone, Your main goal is to make sure the team doing everything what depends from them to deliver what they told they're gonna deliver. Third, favoritism. I mentioned favoritism before, but you always need to remember that favoritism is always considered as dishonesty. Nothing demotivates your team more than the feeling of inequality. You've probably seen this in your career. Your company hiring a rock star and treats it like a prodigy, which is destined to bring the company to the brightest future. As if you and your team were not doing this before the special one arrived. Fourth, professionalism. Too much familiarity can lead to inappropriate behavior or conversations which are going against company policy or even human ethics. Believe me, this will eventually summon HRs, and you don't want to be in this situation. Conflict management. Having really close relationships with the people from your team can make it super hard to address performance issues or resolve conflicts between team members. It's always emotionally challenging to deliver hard messages. It's even harder when you need to deliver these messages to your friends. And it's not just tough for your reports, it's emotionally hard for you as well. And the last but not least, emotional well-being. If you are too invested in your team members' personal problems, it adds stress to your life. In your everyday work, you already have enough stress from your boss, from organization, from stakeholders, from missed deadline, yada yada yada. Adding stress from your reports will definitely take a toll from your well-being. During my career, I've crossed the border of the professional boundaries couple of times. It doesn't always cause a damage to your team or your team balance, but when it hits hard. So for the sake of yourself and your team, remember, as much as you want to be, you are not friends with your team. You shouldn't aim to build a family or be invited to every birthday party. Your mission, should you choose to accept, is to transform your team to a powerhouse which is smashing these business goals, all while keeping trust high and these professional boundaries intact. And, try to spend your emotional energy with people outside of the office. That will benefit you more in the long run. So, hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and see you soon in the next video. See ya!
So nerdy.